good Sunday morning to each and every one of you, my father's children. You're tuned into Sunday Morning Praise right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, with your favorite church girl, the one, the only, Kayla J. And we're back. We're back with another series. Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to end the year without having another series for you, and I am a woman of my word. And today I am so pleased to start our stocking stuffer series. Yes, you heard me, stocking stuffer series. I know it's not Thanksgiving yet. However, we need to start thinking about Christmas before Thanksgiving. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to bring people to you that have stuff that you can purchase. Again, things that you can CAN purchase. And today I am so honored to have a first time author with me in the building. Please help me welcome to the WURD stage none other than Miss Sonya Denise. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Uh-oh, got
Thank
you
you
on
for
mute.
having me. Oh,
There we
good
go. Now I can hear you.
morning. Okay, good morning, Kayla. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on.
Oh, we're excited to have you. I love first time authors. I love buying black. So this is just like, yeah, for me. Before we get started, though, I always like to do a check in with people on a scale from 1 to 10. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm at a 10 today.
You at a 10 today? I like that.
I'm at a 10 today. Right?
Oh,
Every day you get up, you can look up. So it's a good day.
there we go. There we go. I like that. I'm gonna have to put that on a shirt. Every day you can get up and look up. It's a good day. That's a
Yeah.
quote. That's a quote. So share a little bit about yourself, because this is your first time here at WRD, first time at Sunday Morning Praise. So share a little bit about yourself before we dig deep into this interview.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Sonya Denise. I am born, raised, educated in the city of Philadelphia. I worked with the school district of Philadelphia for approximately 30 years. I was a teacher, a special education director. I later became the deputy chief of special education and then the interim chief for the special education and diverse learners. I am the mother of one child. And above
Awesome.
all, I am saved, sanctified.
There we go. There we go. So Sonya, not how, but what made you decide to write a book? Share with us that journey, that process. When did it dawn to you? You know what? I think I have something I want to share.
Well, two things. I think I've always been, well, I've been called a drama queen, but I believe that drama has always, and writing, the whole entertainment has always been something that has been close and dear to my heart. But what had made me write this book in particular, I was reading a book called The Untethered Soul. And as I was reading it, you get to chapter three, and chapter three asks, who are you? And what it says is that you can't say I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a this. What were you before you became a mother? And I got kind of stuck there. So I really could not figure out how to answer that question. So the book has probably collected dust at this point because I never went back to it after I got to chapter three. And so I had to begin to do some reflections on my own life to kind of peel back the onion to figure out who I am, what got me here, and where do I want to go from here.
You know, I can feel you right there, Sonya. I was about to say, call you something else. I
I
can,
know
I
you
can,
are.
I can feel you right there. Because I've been in a lot of different workshops, where they've asked that question, and you couldn't use your job, you couldn't use, for me, what I do in ministry, and sometimes that is very, very hard, because we use our titles and our positions to describe ourselves all the time. So I'm a little intrigued. What did you figure out? Who are you?
Well, when I started really reflecting on where I am now, and I tell this, and it's in the book as well. I tell a story often is that I started looking over my life and how we often, too often, conform to society beliefs and thoughts, what we should be doing, where we should be going, and even our family, and never really follow our own dreams. So I talk about that if it was up to me, I would never have probably went to college for education, because theater was where I really wanted to be, and writing, um, maybe some acting, definitely no singing though, can't sing. Um, no singing, but all the other things. And so that's really how I got to this point, is really as I start to think about how did I get here. Often we're told, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, you get married, you have children, you have the white picket fence. Well, that's not for everybody.
This is not, as a person who's in the arts and in media entertainment, that was not my plight. I'm pretty sure my mother would have loved if I'd have chose a very uh strategic career, something that's definitely, when you go here, you're going to keep going up the ladder. But I feel you, it's not always for everybody. I've always been an artsy type of kid as well, with music, theater, uh, you name it, I've probably done it. So I feel you there. So share a little bit about the book, and just what can people expect from reading your first novel. I'm going to give you the chance to introduce it, because I don't want to do it any injustice.
Okay, so the title of the book is Resilient Reflections, Letters to Our Younger Selves. And so there's also a journal that accompanies the book as well. So there's a book and there's a journal. So as you read through the journey in the book, you can also talk about your own journey and reflect on where you are and where you really want to go. And the book is really written in mind with even younger young people, and it doesn't just have to be women; it could be men as well. But for young people, so that they really can start thinking about where do I really want to go and how I'm going to get there. So in the book, there are different chapters on my life, and some are personal. It talks about everything from my childhood to church. As you know, you as well, being a church kid, growing up in church. It talks about divorce. It talks about marriage. So it gives it a lot of journeys and different pieces of my life, that even grieving and death and understanding death is in there. And then there's letters that what I would tell my younger self, um, at this age now, and where I am at currently, that things like around self esteem, you are enough. And you have the power to and the strength to do what you want and live your journey and walk your path the way you believe that you should walk it, and what God has intended you to do. Because of too often we spend a lot of time doing what everybody else wants us to do, and never really finding satisfaction, peace, happiness, or joy. So most of the book is of my stories, and then I have seven young women that also share personal journeys of theirs and their what they would tell their younger selves. So there's a chapter that's just called Wisdom from Others as well in there. And so the hope and the goal of this book is that as people, and I there's no hope. I'm going to change that word to I know that there is something in this book that will connect every woman, child, boy, girl. There's some connection you will find in this book, in this journey that we talk about. And so, as you read through this and you reflect on your own life and really understanding that you are a lot stronger than you think you are, and that there are things that you can do that you don't think you can do, and live your life, really live your life. Don't wait until you get to my age, that I'm not going to tell right now. And then look up one day and say, this is not where I wanted to be. And I shared this with a lot of people. I left a job that I was making almost $200,000, but it wasn't happiness. Most people would say, "Really, you left your job?" At some point in life, you thought, if I get to six figures, I've arrived, or, I've really made it. So all of those things. So that's really what the book is about, a journey.
Got you. So I'm so happy that you were able to dig deep in yourself uh, and reflect within yourself, and be able to give us this this book and this journal. I don't know what to call these type of books that go hand in hand with a journal. I interview a lot of people, a lot of faith-based folks write these type of books as well. But nonetheless, I'm excited that you were able to dig deep. And a lot of times, I know when we are digging deep and reflecting and we're trying to give to other people, sometimes it can get a little hard to get a little bumpy at one specific point. Was there any time when you were writing this book and reflecting upon your life that one of those chapters was probably your most difficult to write?
Absolutely. There was a lot of tears as I'm writing, because when I think back on things and what the way I really felt about myself, people would look at you and they would think, "Oh, you got it all together. You have a degree. You went on to college. You're living life. You're living your best life. Look at you. You've arrived. You're deputy chief of the school district of Philadelphia." You know, and really, none of those things really ever matter. All those titles, all of those things that we accomplish, none of it matters. So I believe that the hardest point in my life, where I believed that the world would be better without me. Um, there was that point in my life where I did feel like, you know what, it would be a better place without me. And yeah, that was the hardest chapter for me to write. And it's amazing that when I share that piece, that how many other people have said they've been there and they do understand that. So it's really like, let's really take the mask off. Let's really look deep and dig deep, and where the issues are. And so that would have probably been the hardest chapter for me to really write, to face that reality, that if I had really gone through with what I was feeling at the time, there would be no resilient reflections.
Well, we're certainly happy that you didn't give into those feelings and those emotions and was able to keep going and keep pushing to birth this book, right? Because I know that this book is going to bless somebody. You mentioned, a lot of people have said that. I can only imagine how many people will pick up this book, read this book, and when they get to that point, journal about their own dealings with wanting to leave and what their cost is, or do they even matter? Because I can speak for myself. I've felt that same way of what I'm doing doesn't matter. Would people even miss me if I wasn't here? So I know that a lot of people definitely do deal with that. So I thank you for that transparency in the book. I do. I thank you for that transparency. So that was your hardest chapter to write. What was your easiest chapter, or let's make that your most joyous chapter to write?
Hmm. So my most joyous chapter to write would have probably been the piece that I share with my daughter, the story I share with her. I think that was the easiest, and teaching her and telling her, which we don't say enough, that you are enough, um, and that you matter, and your voice matters. Um, I may not be a Sarah Jakes or a TD Jakes, but if I reach one person, then your life's not in vain. So that just really going through um, that chapter and speaking to her was probably the most joyous, because being a divorced parent and then turning into basically a single parent, um, while often we get, when I say we, the parent, the mother, we waddle in our own sorrows and pain, and we really forget that how much this has affected our children. So just really reflecting on those things and things that I missed as a parent, that if I was not waddling and being self-absorbed at the moment with my own issues and in life, that I would not have missed some of those things. So some of it is an apology to her, and then also teaching her that you are enough, and that you do matter, and your voice matters, and you're a lot stronger than you know you are. And sometimes we have to dig deep into that strength and figure out how we keep pushing and how we keep moving and moving forward.
Oh, that is sweet right there. That is so sweet. I know that she probably enjoyed that, just hearing and knowing that her mother loves her so much, to put it in a book. I mean, parents say it all the time. I love my child, y'all.
Right.
But to put it in the book, that I want to encourage my child is just super. It's super great.
And I
Awesome.
think acknowledging that as a parent for her stuff, and I think children, period. We as parents, we have to acknowledge when we've messed up. Parenting doesn't come with a handbook. We all know that. But also acknowledging that I wasn't equipped to give you what you needed at that moment. So it was not about you. It really was about me.
That's a very big step and very big of you to do. Like you said, a lot of parents could learn from that. So if you listening, parents, y'all done some things. But this that was really wonderful. That was really wonderful. Our interview time is coming quickly to an end, and I have about two more questions for you. One question is, what is it that you want people to take most out of this book? And two, what is your advice to first time authors? You've been through it before. You've been through it. Your book has been published. It's now out. And I want you to give advice to those that are coming behind you.
So so the first question was what do I want people to get from this? I want people to walk away um, understanding that your voice matters. It does matter. And your life is important to someone, to everyone. And so the world would not be a better place without you. And that your journey and your path is just that, it's your journey and your path. And don't let anyone deter you from that. Advice that I could give to first time authors is I didn't self publish. I went through a publishing company, and I'm glad I did. There were some things that I wish I had done differently, or that I could have done differently. Um, was just really working closer with a branding company, really the marketing piece. You really need a good person to help you market this, because your product, it's not just a product, you're selling your brand. You're not, and I'm not just selling a book, I'm selling my brand, I'm selling who I am, and what I believe, and what I know that God has given me to do in life. I'm changing my verbiage, because that's important. The way we speak, speak those things into existence. So so I would say to them to connect with a publishing company that has and someone that can help you brand your business and your marketing strategies.
Very, very good advice. Branding and marketing is essential in today's world. Awesome, awesome. So again, remind us of the title of your book. Where can people purchase it and put them in those stockings for the holiday season?
Put them in your stockings. Thank you. Yes. The title of the book is Resilient Reflections, Letters to Our Younger Selves. You can find us on Amazon. If you can purchase the journal and the book, it's also in Kindle on Amazon. Please, once you purchase it and you read a couple of pages, please give us a review. We're at right now in the top 50 bestsellers. We're trying to get in the top 10 bestsellers. So we're working hard and diligent on that. You can also, if you want an autograph copy, you can drop me a message and DM me at all social media platforms. I am at Love Sonya Denise. You can find me on any social platform and drop me a DM and your information, and I can send you the link. So, and also, which I did not mention to you, Kayla, out of this came a song as well, and it's called In the Silence. You can find that on Amazon, Spotify, any social media. So God has just given me a whole.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. She said earlier she don't sing, so who's singing the song?
Oh, I'm not singing. I'm the writer. I wrote the song. I wrote it. I'm
Awesome.
not the singer. But you can also find that on Amazon. But hit either on Amazon, or you can find me on any social media platform. Resilient Reflections, Letters to Our Younger Selves.
All right, and to my people out there that is listening, her name is spelled Sonya, Sonya Denise, Denise. All right, so make sure you go purchase that book. stream, download, purchase the song as well. I did not know there was a song attached to it. So now you get two for the price of one in this stocking stuffer, y'all. Okay, listen. We got it all for you. One stop shop. All right. So make sure you support. You said your social medias again is at Love Sonya Denise, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Be sure to follow her, like and share her page, buy her book, buy her song, and just continue to look out for what is next to come. Thank you so much for joining me here on Sunday Morning Praise.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. All right, folks, it's time for us to go to a quick commercial break and then right back to the music. You're listening to Sunday Morning Praise with your favorite church girl, the one, the only, Kayla J on WURD.